Alright, hello and welcome to episode 13, I think we're up to now, of my playthrough of DireWolf20's 1.18 mod pack. Today we're going to continue with my promise of the previous episode and continue, well I guess not continue, but actually start work on my base. You can see here, I've done a little bit of work off camera, just kind of setting out the layout. This is generally how I do my builds, kind of like figuring out what rooms I'm going to need and like the height of things. I really like the idea of high ceilings, so we're going to go with that. And just kind of like laying everything out, kind of seeing where everything's going to fit, and trying to plan out at least a little bit, but obviously leaving ourselves room to expand. Obviously, like I've left this little bit here, which will be a walkway into another room should we need one. Of course, like the second that I start recording, the sun's going down. But yeah, so we're going to kind of continue with this today, just kind of talking you through my process of how I build this sort of stuff. It's not going to be like the most interesting in the world, but it's also going to be reorganizing and kind of setting ourselves up for the future, kind of setting ourselves up for success later on. Obviously, all my machines and stuff that I had sitting here, I've had to pull down. They're all just sitting in here, and like all these other things that we had just kind of out and about. But I'm going to wait for that sun to drop. We're going to sleep and then kind of talk about my thinking around this setup. Yeah, we'll come back once I've slept. I'm just going to sleep real quick. There's it kind of looks like a mess at the moment. Besides, if we look at the map, right, you can see the floor plan of how everything's going to kind of fit. So you can kind of see how everything's going to fit together. Pretty much this is my process when I go around building, especially in like modded Minecraft, where you have like actual designated areas in your base that are functional. So generally what I start with is I'll just kind of start with squares, essentially, or rectangles, whatever you want to call them. Essentially this is going to be like the lobby area of my house or base or anything that you want to call this, whatever it's going to eventually end up being. And then I kind of branch out from there, right? So you have your 4 cardinal directions, obviously one of which is going to be taken up by your entrance. And I just kind of go around building. I decided that I'm going to have a second floor to this, probably where like the bed and other stuff is going to be. I just kind of think about how I want this to kind of flow when I think about building. So obviously I've got the lobby. I'm thinking this area over here is probably going to be our storage. So all those chests, we'll just grab them and chuck them in here. I've given myself like tons of space here, right? If you look at the floor, it's what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks wide by about, what's that, 7 blocks? Just to give us ample room for chests and things like that before eventually moving into applied logistics or refined storage, one of those two. And I kind of just do like the inside floor pattern, right? I'm not worried about where the walls are going to go because they'll go on these blocks here. I just kind of leave them dirt. But yeah, so we kind of work like that. I figured that this big room over here, I've given myself a lot of space. I'll probably even extend this one out like another block or 2. I just kind of do what feels right with it. This room is going to be probably where all my machines and stuff are going to go. I'll probably do I'll take like the last thing that we had, the ore processing that we had, and just kind of throw it over here in this corner so it can be its own little thing and we can add and remove things as we need. And then the smeltery that we had outside, I'm just going to move inside. So I've gone here as well and placed that kind of placing things where I think they're going to like, where it's going to be nice and things like that. And then using temporary blocks like this because trying to figure out height and things and how they're all going to look. So here I've gotten what, 5 blocks up and then having a floor space, and that kind of dictated what the staircase is going to look like, which is what this room was going to be, or is rather. And then I'll probably put like something in underneath the stairs or something like that to make it look nice. But this is kind of how I go about it. And I decided I wanted, like early on, that I wanted like a light colored floor. So I took some calcite that we got from mining what are they called? From mining the amethyst geodes. So we have plenty of that stuff. And then I figured we'll probably go some like dark colored, so like some deep slate walls and probably some brick or something like that. So I smelted up a bunch of them earlier. So we got some deep slate tile seared bricks. I have them somewhere. I don't remember where though. It's in one of these chests. There it is. I put it into my storage container, storage unit, whatever it's called. But I've gotten the deep slate, and obviously if we tried to use that as a wall, it doesn't exactly look very good, does it? Oh, and it already apparently has directionality to it, which I'm not a huge fan of for walls, since we're going for this like almost modern factory, I guess, with like the very like white walls. But what we can do instead is throw these into this bad boy. Wow, the cut deep slate brick look like amazing. Attic roofs. Well, we've got like a bunch of different blocks. Small deep slate brick. I think I'm just gonna go with this brick, just because that looks like amazing to me. Hey, yeah, that looks awesome. So that'll be our walls. This is kind of how I just go. I just kind of pick stuff out and yeah, that looks awesome. Okay, we're gonna do that. And then the next thing I want to do is where is it? Building gadget. Here we go. I'm just going to make our life really easy. Since we have the stuff to do this now, is I'm just going to transfer all of this that we can into the cut deep slate brick. Even just the cut deep slate looks like really nice. Maybe we'll do that for the basement. I don't know. But let's do that. This is probably going to be way more brick than we actually need. But anyways, that'll be alright. Okay, so we're going to press G on this. We want to build vertical walls. Oh, do we want to just go columns? Yeah, I think columns is probably the way that we want to do this, just so that we have the heights and stuff that we want. And how tall is that going to be? Let's just place you over here. Yeah, okay. So we wanted to go 5 blocks up. Bang. We can just run around the perimeter, basically. And just block these in. It just gives us like a really nice easy reference, just so that we can go around the perimeter, give ourselves some walls that then we can work on. I'll probably like go ahead and add some windows and some other jazz like that, just to make this look nicer, because obviously walking up and just seeing a face of cut deep slate doesn't look very nice, does it? But the building gadgets are like a genuine lifesaver. I was getting this as well before, like when I was playing. It's like random where the chunks like isn't loaded or something, and like the rendering doesn't work. It's super strange. But it's not happening now. Like obviously it's fixed itself, but I was getting that earlier and I was like super confused. This is also the other thing I've done. I've kind of left a space here if in case I want to expand over there. But for the moment, we're just going to have a closed room. So we're just going to break all this stuff out. Just so that we're not kind of interfering with our other stuff. Where's the internal corner? I think I actually need to go there. And then all I'm doing right now is just doing the perimeter. Another thing, oh yeah, I was going to mention this as well. The reason why I did it in rooms like this with like kind of spacing in between, see here, like this is a weird little spot. If I were to build another room, let's say that comes out this way, right? I have space in here now to run cables and things. So especially if like for the machines and stuff in this room, I don't obviously want to like just break like blocks, like having like a track there for cables and just having it be super ugly. So what I do is I actually have this like wall cavity, like you would in real life, so that you can actually run cables between the walls and it doesn't look super duper ugly. Oh crap, I actually want to... I know that there's an undo button in building gadgets, but I don't know it, and I obviously didn't want to undo everything, so we'll just break this by hand. But yeah, we're just going to quickly go around. I'm just going to do the perimeter, and then we'll come back in a second and kind of keep going along and building this place out. So never mind, I've just run out of cut deep slate. Wow, we used a lot. We had a lot of that stuff, actually. I can't believe I ran out so quickly. No, that needs to be there. I also didn't place like some blocks somewhere. Like that's just like missing a block. These are missing blocks for some reason. That's interesting. Let's see. Can I go from cobbled deep slate directly to the cut deep slate bricks? I can't. That's super frustrating. These look any better though? Nah, I'm not a fan of how that brick look actually. It's like almost too similar to the stone brick. I really like this cut deep slate. Crap. Okay, how are we gonna do this instead then? I think I'm just gonna grab out these like regular furnaces that I have. Oh, that's actually like super annoying then, because I'm only gonna be able to do 4 stacks at a time. Alright, screw it, just for the time being. Oh, actually, we can do this. Oh, it's actually like a great time to show this off. Let's split you, and then split that. So each one gets 40 coal. Why is it doing that? 40 coal. Gonna put that coal back away, put that away. Let's just clear up my inventory of things that I don't need at the moment. I want to keep the time in a bottle, because that's actually going to be what I'm going to show how it works. This is why we made this one we did, right? And we have like a bunch of time saved up. It's also nighttime, so let's sleep real quick. Okay, so there. Let's just cook a stack in each of these. And this is what makes the time in a bottle like amazing. Is if you right click on it, obviously, like any other furnace. Wow, I've got nearly 10 hours stored in this thing. If you right click on it, you'll open it, but if you hold shift and then right click on it, see how it goes ×2? I've spent some of the time in here to double the production speed of this. Then if I do it again, it goes to 4x, bang, our time goes down. So if you're looking at that, it's 9 hours, 52 minutes, like just. Then we go to 8. And now it's 9 hours, 51 minutes. We've spent about a minute, but now it's 8 times the speed. And then 16, obviously. And each time we're going to spend more and more of our time that we have stored to accelerate the ticks here. But the great thing is I think we can go all the way up to, I think it's 256, but we're like just chewing, absolutely chewing through deep slate at that point. But the problem is like we can't actually pull it out. So I think 64 times is probably as fast as we want to go, just so that we're not, 1, so that we're not wasting time, and 2, see like there, we're wasting time in here because it doesn't have anything to cook. And so that it's going fast enough that we can manage it at the same time as also just not wasting time for us. So this is going to be a nice and easy way to cook up a bunch of deep slate. Okay, so I've filled them all back up. Let's just go 32 times just so that this goes faster. I'm going to waste a bit of time there, but obviously you saw we went from 9 hours, 52 minutes. And then after chewing through all of this deep slate, we're now down to 7 hours worth of stored time. So instead of, I guess, sitting here and waiting for the amount of time that it would have taken to cook all of this, we just spent the time that we have stored in here to speed everything up. So obviously, like our fuel consumption, right, goes down. Well, doesn't go down, rather, it stays the same. So like you still end up using the same amount of coal and everything that you would have normally. It's just that you don't have to sit here and wait for it the entire time. But there's like less than a stack in all of them now. I'm just going to let that go in the background. Let's turn all of this back into the brick and keep building. Okay, so what I thought before was going to be too much is now apparently enough. I'm just going to go around, keep doing the outline. Here I'm just going to leave it, obviously, because we're going to build the smeltery back in there. And it's going to end up being our part of the wall. Is that really a thing? Can I, like, suffocate myself in it? Oh, wow, you totally can. So you got to be careful about that with the building gadget, apparently. I don't like that gap. I don't like how that's going to be a double wall. Ideally, what I should have done is pushed this whole room out one more. Can I do that now? I guess there's no reason why I can't. I just break that block and then break these ones. Probably not the ideal way of doing this, but go there. And that just kind of keeps me like with the same aesthetic as everything that I had before, just having like these 3 block wide like hallways essentially. Here, since this part is kind of blocked off, on those like internal corners there, I'm not going to worry about putting a block or putting a stack of blocks in there, just because we're not going to see it and it's not going to really matter too much. But there we go. I think that is nearly the entire outline of everything that we need to build. Beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press G, and then I'm going to put this onto build to me, just so I can kind of fill in these spots that are kind of missing. So obviously this is going to be where our door is. Oh, this bit's being strange, isn't it? Build to me is kind of an interesting one. It does exactly what it says it does, so if you just kind of follow what the ghost blocks are telling you, it'll build stuff, like build them in a way that gets to you, right? On these, I think I want 3 wide, like a 3x3 hallway. Let's do that. How does that look? I think that looks good, and that's a fine transition between rooms. And it also gives me space for like flooring up top to be a little bit more free with the blocks that I use. So let's do that here as well. Bang, bang. Whoops, I do not want to go there. That's kind of the thing with build to me, is you got to be careful about where you're placing things exactly, but see here, I'm stood in the right spot, so I'm just going to build all the way into there. Nice. Now, this is feeling kind of claustrophobic at the moment, I think, just because these chests are in the way, but once the chests move, it'll be fine. Yeah, I think this is looking kind of cool. I'm actually a fan of this. I like this block. I really do like the way that that block looks. Obviously, we're not going to have these as just full jump up as well. When we get to actually having stairs here, but I think this is in a good spot for the moment for a base. I don't know what I'm going to do with the roof yet, so I think I'm going to kind of... At least in most of this area, right? So I know I want like a bedroom, so I'll probably like keep this one here and then like this one here above the smeltery as like the bedroom. But the rest of it, I don't know. I think we're just going to leave it as is for now. I guess we'll just continue to use the deep slate as our roof. Just to be kind of boring. And then we'll leave space for like a skylight, I think. How many blocks did we do there? Let's just block that off. We'll go 2 there as well. And then 4 in the middle, sure. Let's do this how DireWolf does it, hey? Let's do his roof. Let's just copy that from him, hey? If that's the case, we need to have a border here, and then these ones need to move. Oh, and having this magnet as well for building is a lifesaver. I'm glad we made that earlier. So like all those blocks, instead of having to jump down and pick them up, we can just stand there and we'll absorb them. Let's do the same thing with this room. Now bang, bang. Now the roof doesn't matter too much because we're not going to see it. The only thing we're going to see is the outline of it from the, let's do like 6 blocks here. Oh, I shouldn't have done 6. Damn, because now I'm going to have a double here. Oh no, never mind. No, 6 was actually perfect. All we're going to see is like what it kind of looks like from the minimap, so it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, sweet. And then I'm going to go grab out... Do I want to do calcite for the flooring or the roofing in here? Or do I want to switch it up and use something different? Let's see. Can I look at limestone? What else can we make with you? Layered limestone. I'm just trying to think of like what blocks can I use that as like a flooring or like a roof. Something that'll work well for both. We can obviously continue to use a calcite. I don't think that's a bad idea in the slightest, but maybe we can switch it up for something. I think just for the time being, just to be non-complicated, we're going to continue to use a calcite. And then I've just like, obviously anything that I grab, I've just been throwing it here into the, what's this thing called? The stone cutter. I'm just seeing what other things I can make. Well, what about the polished calcite? No, I don't think I liked the way that one looked. Just keep using the layered one, just because I like the way that it's like a kind of a connected texture. Bang. Cool, that'll be fine. And then what I can do here as well is just select this block. And then just create a roof. I want to be careful about how I do it here with the stairs as well. I probably even want to get rid of that one so we're not bumping our heads on it on the way up. And then just on the rest of it going build to me. Yeah, I think that's fine for now. Going there, there, there. Doing the same thing here in this room. What I'm going to also do... let's go to sleep first, actually. Is let's grab these other blocks. We can finish building up what we had of the smeltery. I think our fluid tank of lava is going to have to go in a different spot though, unfortunately. But that goes there. Smeltery controller goes there. Build up the rest of it. That goes there. You go there. And now this is kind of cool. I kind of did this on the fly as well, just kind of hoping that this would work. I think it's going to be fine. But now we have the smeltery makes up part of the walls of our base. And then what I'm probably going to do is make more of these smelted bricks. Or maybe I think we have more of these seared bricks actually inside somewhere. Let's just make a door here for the time being. I have 2. Damn. Okay, so I'm going to need to make more of these. But in this room, essentially, the smelter is going to go the whole way up. How cool is that? Let's move these blocks back over, because obviously I changed the size of this room and didn't move these. Let's do that. This feels kind of claustrophobic, but that's fine. Once this is closed off, it'll be all good as well. I like how it kind of just joins in with the wall. This room is looking amazing though, I like this. Maybe the choice of like the dark walls wasn't great, because it does make everything feel smaller. Maybe if we switched it and did like the brick on the floor and then some sort of light colored block as the walls would be smarter. Let's see, let's just like play around a little bit. What if I make the cut calcite bricks? Oh, we can do it like this. We can do this really easily actually. Where's my exchanging gadget? Let's place one of these down, click that, and then let's exchange, sure, that entire wall. And then we're gonna go click this and then that floor. I don't have enough of that calcite. Maybe that. I don't hate the way that this looks. I don't know. I think that's going to be something to play with. But anyways, the exchanging gadget is really nice, just so quick you can kind of prototype those changes that you're going to do. See, like if you look in here, the white gives you the illusion of the ceiling being higher, even though like they're the exact same height in both of these rooms, right? They're both 4 blocks. I think I actually wanted it to be one higher. Anyways, see, even though they're both 4 blocks, like this room seems physically smaller just because of like the dark bricks on top versus this one. We could even just change what the roof blocks are, I guess. But even like the corridors, maybe, I don't know. I think it's going to be some playing around, but for the moment, I'm really liking how this looks. At least on the inside. The outside's going to be a bit bare and a bit boring, but we can fix that later. What else did we need to do? The smeltery setup. This room's going to be fine. Let's grab the rest of the blocks for the smeltery. I need that. I need you. These parts, apparently those, that as well. I needed another hopper, right? Did I have 2 hoppers set up? I think I only had the 1. That's fine. We can figure this out later. Let's just kind of get everything situated for the moment. Go 1, 2, and 3. This tank, let's just hide you up there for now. This room's really nice, actually. I like this smeltery room. If we hit F7 here, does this work anymore? F7? It does work. What if I hit F3? So the way that spawning works now, this is why I'm checking this, is I think mobs are only allowed to spawn on blocks that are light level 0. And I think here in F3, there is an option, targeted block. There is one of these numbers here that tells you what the light level of the block you're looking at is. If I can find it. Okay, yeah. So if we look here, if you look on the left side where it has like your XYZ block and blah, 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 if we go down there, it's going to be the 5th one down. It says client light to block. Oh, okay. Yeah, see here it says block 0. I think that's light level 0 on this block, so that's why we're getting a red X there. So it is potential for a mob to spawn there, so what we're going to do is just chuck a torch up. I want to get rid of that. F7, we'll just have that open for the moment. Yeah, okay, and then we can use this to kind of dictate where we need to put lighting. So just for the moment, I'm going to use torches until, realistically, I'm probably going to switch to like lanterns or something else that I find that is cool. We'll just chuck a torch there, and then like another one in this corner, and then that is all the lighting we actually need, which is cool. And like obviously the room seems very light since we have these skylights and a very bright colored floor. Yeah, amazing, cool. So I think the last thing we really need to do, besides like organizing these things, is put the last things in their place. So put these chests away. I need to cook up some more seared brick, which isn't that bad, and then we can finish this off. And then this room will be done. Yeah, and then I think we're done with the base for the moment, at least. So what I'm going to quickly do is just go ahead and put these chests away. Yeah, this one is just an absolute mess, as is this one. Wow, yeah, these chests are an absolute mess. And then I think we need to work on some storage and figuring out how this stuff works. But a quick way, this is how I moved them, obviously. So if I break the chest, if we were to break the chest, everything would spill out on the ground. So what you can do instead is if you use carry on, so just hold up to it and walk up to it, hold shift and right click. You move extremely slowly, but now you can move entire entities, which is amazing. So I'm going to put these blocks kind of back to front to how I would normally do it. Actually, no, I think we should be able to fit them mostly here. How many chests do we have? So that was 4, that's 8 and 9 chests. How many spaces do we have over here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Damn. Not enough, but I think this is how I'm going to split them up now. I just kind of do that. And I think we can... Yeah, I can kind of sprint when you do this. This is just going to be time consuming. I'm going to move all the chests into here, and then we'll come back and probably close up the video. Okay, so we finally have some sort of a base put in. Our machines room, obviously, like these little chests and things need to be reorganized. I've left these because that's part of our like ore processing setup. And these furnaces and stuff, just because it doesn't really matter. We've got our storage room over here, finally. So you can kind of see how this is going to be set up with like chests lining the walls and stuff. We've got everything in here. I think, oh, I've got an extra iron chest. Let's kind of throw this one over here in preparation for some ideas I have for the next episode. But, yeah, I think I'm just going to go through between episodes and probably just upgrade these chests and just get them all to diamond. We have a ton of them now. I might just waste a bunch of them all on upgrading all of these to diamond chests just so we have ample storage. Probably going to continue up here, figure out what blocks I want this stairs to be made out of. Probably honestly just going to be made out of like some sort of quartz stair block. I just don't like the way that this layered calcite, sorry, not quartz, looks as the thing here. And then probably just build a quick bedroom up here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do between episodes, something like that. In the next episode, we'll probably come back in here, finish setting up our ore processing again. Actually, no, I'm going to do ore processing off camera. Yeah, you saw how I did that last time. I'll probably throw the windmills somewhere out there on the roof or something like something like that again, and run some power down. What I will do as well is dig out, I think, a basement of the same size as this, like the footprint of the base here. And yeah, do some other things, probably just finish up like these things, little bits of tidying up. But in the next episode, I think we're going to tackle some storage solutions, kind of like how DireWolf did his, using his mod laser IO. using this bad boy. I kind of want to play around with it. Oh, the card holder's part of it now. And kind of understand how it works for myself. And see if we can play around with it, see how it all kind of works. But yeah, anyone who's still around, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all on the next one. Peace.